everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Heidi from My Reading Life, and I'm here today to film a book haul. This is my Black Friday book haul, and the reason why it's taken me so long to film this is because I had to wait for the books to arrive for so long. So I placed two orders from Book Outlet, one on Black Friday and one on Cyber Monday. Both orders included Christmas presents and included books for myself. And for whatever reason, it took like 3 weeks to a month for all of these books to arrive for me. It's the longest it's ever taken for a Book Outlet shipment to arrive to me. So they're finally all here, and I want to show you what I got. So the first two books I want to show you are books that I bought to finish my, to help finish my classics reading challenge. Some of you will remember that I've been working on a list of books that a teacher gave me in high school for college-bound students. I've been reading a few of them a year over the last, over 25 years. And these are two that I need to complete that challenge. And the first is Look Homeward, Angel by Thomas Wolfe. I really don't know what this is about at all. This is about a young man's burning desire to leave his small town and tumultuous family in search of a better life in 1929. So, interwar years, historical fiction. That is kind of a chunker, but looking forward to that one. And then I have The Naked and the Dead by Norman Mailer, and this is a World War II novel. I think I had to read a Norman Mailer book in college, but I don't remember anything about it. I think I read... Is there one called American Dreams? Maybe it will say in here what his books were. No, I guess there's no list of books in this one. And this is the 50th anniversary edition of The Naked and the Dead. So I don't know about this one. I don't tend to enjoy World War II fiction very much. So I don't know. And this is another chunker of a book, but we shall see. Like I said, I need to read these to complete that list. I then bought a couple of books that nobody will be surprised to see on my list. An Erik Larson. This is Thunderstruck, and this one is about set in Edwardian London and on the stormy coasts of Cornwall, Cape Cod, and Nova Scotia. And it's about shipping in what time period? Doesn't really say. Oh, Edwardian, whatever period that is. But it's all about shipping and shipping magnates and the race to basically be the best in that industry. So I like everything so far that I've read by Erik Larson, and I'm sure this will be no exception. I also picked up two David McCullough books. I picked up The Johnstown Flood, the incredible story behind one of the most devastating disasters America has ever known. For once, a shorter David McCullough book. This is a great cover. Really excellent. And the Johnstown Flood was when a dam collapsed in Pennsylvania and basically smashed through this town, Johnstown, and killed thousands of people. So that ought to be interesting. And I also picked up 1776. Obvious what this one is about. Another American Revolutionary historical nonfiction by David McCullough. Again, not super thick, so I'm glad about that. David McCullough has never let me down up till this point, so I'm excited to read more by him. The last two nonfiction books I picked up were science nonfiction. This is the Seaweed Chronicles, A World at the Water's Edge by Susan Hand Shetterly. This is a cute little hardcover nonfiction, and this author is a Maine author, so I've been interested to read this one. This is quite short. I think this is only, in this little tiny edition, it's 270 pages. And I am interested to read more about seaweed and to see this woman's perspective on what's going on with the science behind marine algae at this point. And then I picked up a copy of a book that I've already read and talked about quite a bit on this channel. This is The Song of Trees, Stories from Nature's Great Connectors by David George Haskell. You guys know how much I love David George Haskell. He's one of my favorite nature writers. Doris and I buddy read this book earlier in the year, and I had borrowed my copy from the library, so I was happy to be able to pick up a cheap copy of this to have on my own shelves from Book Outlet. Then one other book that I picked up on Black Friday was when I was out and about. I ended up at a antique store on Black Friday and found a book I'd been searching for years, literal years. This is a Maine historical fiction novel. This is Papa Martel by Gerard Robichaud, and this is historical fiction set in it's set in Maine. It's about a Franco-American family, and it's set in, I think it's set in a fictional town, but it's basically, I think, in what's supposed to be the Lewiston area of Maine, where a lot of Franco-Americans had communities and still do have communities. So there is quite a large Franco-American population in the state of Maine. This book comes highly recommended as historical fiction about that group of folks in Maine. And then the cool thing about it was inside this version was a newspaper article about the book. I can't tell because they cut off the date, so I don't know when the article came out, but it looks like it was a while ago because there's a movie theater ad on the back of this, and the movies that were playing at the time this article was written was, let's see, Rocky Balboa, Dreamgirls, Stomp the Yard, Night at the Museum. So that's a good, 20 years ago, probably, that was written. So the copyright on this book was originally written in 1961 and then republished in the early 2000s. And I'd say this is the republished version. But I have, like I said, I've been looking for this book for at least probably 10 years and have not been able to find a copy. So when I saw this at the antique store for $2.50, I was extremely excited to have it. So that's it. That's my Black Friday book haul, and I will be back probably with another book haul in a few days so that I can talk to you about what I received for Christmas. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you later.